From the absence of house-elves to the softening Dolores Umbridge,
Good morning, children.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix made a few changes from the book. But what were some of the most obvious examples of creative liberties being taken?
Expecto Patronum!
If there's one thing the Harry Potter movies are guilty of, it's letting Neville Longbottom steal some of Dobby's biggest moments from the book. This is all started in the Goblet of Fire, when they had Neville tell Harry about the gillyweed trick that helps him swim underwater during the Triwizard Tournament. While Neville is awesome and knows his stuff, that should have been Dobby's scene. Unfortunately, the trend continues in the Order of the Phoenix, as it's Neville who makes the first contact with the Room of Requirement, otherwise known as the Come and Go Room. In the book, however, it's the house elf who spills the beans about the magical place to Harry. He even recalls a story about treating Winky in it after she had a few too many butterbeers, if you catch my drift. So not only did the Order of the Phoenix movie miss out on an opportunity to bring Dobby into the mix, but it also failed to give us an entertaining flashback sequence involving an inebriated Winky. Still, both the book and the movie used the Room of Requirement as a headquarters to train Dumbledore's army, so at least the end results are the same. That said, it's still upsetting to know that Dobby didn't get his chance to shine. Then again, why would the filmmakers make room for house elves when they couldn't even squeeze in some of Ron Weasley's most significant moments from the novel?
It's completely intentional.
For a start, it leaves out him and Hermione becoming Hogwarts prefects, which is a remarkable achievement that deserves some focus on the screen. Elsewhere, the Order of the Phoenix book sees Ron join the Gryffindor Quidditch team and go on to win the cup. What makes it even more interesting is that Harry is banned from playing Quidditch at the time because Dolores Umbridge took umbrage with him for stepping out of line. So not only did the filmmakers fail to let Ron stand out on his own without Harry, they also missed the chance to further establish Harry as a sympathetic character who keeps having everything that he loves taken away from him. To the filmmakers' credit, they made up for neglecting Ron by showing his Quidditch exploits in The Half-Blood Prince. But that's only because Harry was back in the squad for that one. I guess everything just has to revolve around the boy who lived. The movie also omits a couple of interesting characters who showed up in the book. For example, the novel establishes Mundungus Fletcher as one of the Old Guard members of the Order of the Phoenix. He's an interesting fella, too. In addition to aiding the Order's heroic cause, he's a scumbag who can't stop selling stolen goods. This is the type of nuanced and conflicting character who could have been used in entertaining ways in any movie. But alas, it wasn't to be. Mundungus does make his first on-screen appearance in The Deathly Hallows Part 1, but viewers who weren't familiar with the books going into the film probably had no idea who he was. Marietta Edgecombe doesn't appear in the movie either, even though she's responsible for betraying Dumbledore's army in the book. As you'll recall, it's Marietta who tells Umbridge about their secret mission in the Room of Requirement in the novel. In the movie, however, this dishonor is given to Cho Chang, and she comes out of it looking like a villain. It sort of detracts from what should have been a sweet romance between her and the boy wizard.
What are Nargles?
No idea.
Sure, he doesn't stay mad at her for too long in the movie, especially since it wasn't really Cho's fault in the first place.
Have you brought the Veritaserum?
I'm afraid you've used up all my stores interrogating students, the last of it on Miss Chen.
Let's not dwell on the topic of betrayal, though. This movie was all about upping the ante and having young heroes take the fight to Voldemort and his ghastly goons. But that doesn't mean every dramatic moment from the book made it onto the screen. Remember when Sirius Black died? Naturally, Harry doesn't take it well in the movie, but he doesn't become a vandal either. The book sees him destroy Dumbledore's office in a fit of rage, which is understandable considering that he lost another loved one. Speaking of Dumbledore, he wasn't portrayed as badass as he could have been in the movie. There's a passage in the book where he has a quick duel with Cornelius Fudge and some horrors before he leaves Hogwarts. He handles the situation in a much calmer manner in the movie, though. Similarly, the old headmaster isn't as theatrical during his big fight with the Dark Lord. In the book, Dumbledore shows off his mad magic skills by using a Pure Totem Locomotor spell to bring some statues to life. The movie left that part out in favor of a regular showdown between the mighty wizards. Death Eaters were portrayed in all of their rotten glory. But can you believe that the movie actually made Umbridge seem much nicer than she actually is? You probably remember the scene in which Harry and Dudley are being attacked by Dementors in Little Whining. Both of the lads only narrowly escaped with their lives intact after all. The Order of the Phoenix novel reveals that Umbridge orchestrated that attack because the Ministry wanted Harry to keep quiet about Voldemort and the Death Eaters returning to wreak havoc. The film leaves this nugget of information out, though. It certainly didn't need to add this revelation to cement Umbridge's status as a heel, but it could have provided even more clarity about the corruption running through the Ministry of Magic. But times were tough at Hogwarts during Umbridge's reign of terror. That's exemplified in the movie when she stops Sybil Trelawney from teaching divination.
I'll do this. Actually, I can.
This moment is included in both the book and the movie, but the film also leaves out her replacement, Firenze. The book depicts the centaur becoming estranged from the rest of his Forbidden Forest kin because they have a problem with him helping out at Hogwarts. In the movie, though, his only appearance is in the Philosopher's Stone. There aren't many movies out there about centaurs teaching cool tricks to high school students, so that was another missed opportunity for the flick to do something iconic. At least some other centaurs get to make an appearance, though.
I am Senior Under Secretary Dolores Jane Umbridge. Let me go!
If you liked this video, be sure to check out the differences between the Goblet of Fire's book and film versions as well.